Okay, welcome to Learning Objective 9.3, Cash Receipt Transaction, Preparation of Schedule of Accounts Receivable. So cash receipts transactions, cash receipts for sales are journalized and posted. Cash receipts are on account are journalized for the month, posted to the general ledger, posted to the accounts receivable subsidiary ledger. Okay, so here are some transaction examples. Art Nooner invested $8,000 in the business. So we are going to debit cash, increase cash, $784. There was a discount of 2%. So he takes 2% of $800 is $16. Contra revenue account. And we are crediting accounts receivable and the accounts receivable subsidiary ledger for that $800. Okay, so now they're paying what they had on account. So they had an $800 balance, now they're paying it, so the balance in your accounts receivable here would be 0, and in Hal's clothing would be 0. So here's the journal entry again, debiting cash, crediting sales discount, crediting accounts receivable, Hal's clothing. Okay, so here would be all the transactions journalized. You can go through and look at those transactions at your leisure. So hard to see. Let's see if we can look at those a little closer. Oh, okay. So this one, Hal paid for invoice number 1. That was the journal entry actually we just went over. Okay, cash sales for the first half of April. So you debit cash, credit sales. And, you know, there were transactions on the first page for each one of these, but I'm just looking at the description. Cost of cash sales for the first half of April. So you're debiting cost of goods sold, crediting inventory. Bevers paid invoice number 3. So we're reducing that accounts receivable and the subsidiary lever for Bevers Company. Remember, I have the check mark and the account number because we posted it to that account and to the subsidiary ledger. There was a discount and cash received was $980. Okay, Roe paid his invoice, which looks very much similar to the one above. Sold store equipment. So you reduce the store equipment, debit cash. Cash sales for the second half of April, debit cash, credit sales. And costs of cash sales for second half of April. Debit cost of goods sold, credit inventory. Okay, so here are the T accounts where you got your general ledger transactions here. You got your accounts receivable controlling account. And you have the subsidiary ledger. So you got Beavers doesn't owe any money. They've paid up all their money. Hal's doesn't have any money. Mel's department store owes $1,600, and Roe Company still owes $500. They paid some of the things, but not everything. So if you take $1,600 plus $500, and you know, if you just wanted a listing of your accounts receivable subsidiary ledger, you list Mel's department store $1,600, Roe Company $500. You could list the other two, but they're now 0, so not, you know, you could have them listed at 0 or not. But if you add this, 1,600 plus 500 is 2,100, which that does balance your, you know, agree to the balance in your accounts receivable account. So again, this is just the detail of your controlling accounts receivable account. So they should always equal. Okay, so again, here's the accounts receivable account, 2,100. And then this would just be your schedule of accounts receivable as I described before, as of a certain date. You got Mel's department company, 1,600, and Roe. So you're just picking up the balances in these accounts, and it should agree to your controlling account. So not that difficult, just, you know, list out the accounts. Okay, and that concludes this chapter. Good luck with the Chapter 9 homework and test.